For billions of years, life on Earth has been shaped by a very specific set of rules. We have a cozy blanket of atmosphere keeping us warm, a massive magnetic force field protecting us from invisible cosmic death rays, and a constant, comforting downward pull of exactly 1 g gravity. It is the perfect, safe little nursery for our species. But what happens when we leave this planetary cradle and step into the cosmic void? Because space is not just empty, it is an incredibly hostile environment that is actively trying to kill you. If humanity or any Earth life permanently relocates to the stars, we won't stay Earthlings for very long. Evolution doesn't stop just because we built a spaceship. It just changes the rules. So, what will we actually look like after 1,000 years living in space? Spoiler alert. You wouldn't even recognize yourself in the mirror. Welcome to the era of Homo spaciens. Let's start with the most obvious change. Gravity. Or rather, the lack of it. On Earth, your skeleton and muscles are constantly fighting gravity just to keep you upright. Take that resistance away, and your body immediately starts recycling what it thinks is useless tissue. It's ruthless efficiency. Why maintain heavy, energy-hungry muscles if you just float all day? And it's not just muscles. Your bones are in serious danger too. Astronauts on the International Space Station can lose up to 1% of their bone mass every single month. Your own cells start breaking down your skeleton, treating it like a free calcium buffet. In 0 g, your sturdy leg bones start crumbling away into puzzle pieces. Over a few generations in space, the human skeleton would become drastically lighter and thinner, and much more fragile by Earth standards. But in microgravity, that's a feature, not a bug. You don't need thick, heavy tree trunks for legs when you never have to stand up. In fact, legs as we know them become completely obsolete. Instead of walking, we navigate space stations by floating and grabbing things, turning us into weird floating space monkeys. Furthermore, without gravity pulling your bodily fluids down, your body experiences a massive fluid shift. Your face would constantly look puffy.
I feel bloated.
And your heart would actually shrink, changing from a hard-working oval to a perfect, lazy sphere. Why work hard when you can just chill? But weak bones and a lazy heart are the least of our problems. Welcome to the cosmic shooting gallery. Space is flooded with highly energetic particles and radiation from solar flares and distant supernovas. On Earth, our magnetic field blocks this. In space, these particles blast right through the walls of a spaceship and directly into your body, hitting your cells like microscopic bullets. Down at the microscopic level, your DNA is completely snapped by these particles, like a dry twig under a heavy boot. To survive this cosmic shooting gallery over thousands of years, evolution would need a drastic solution. How do we fix catastrophic radiation damage? We look to Earth's own extremophiles. Meet Deinococcus radiodurans, a real bacterium so tough it can casually survive a nuclear blast. It possesses hyper-efficient DNA repair mechanisms, seamlessly stitching its broken genetic code back together in hours. If humans engineer or evolve similar traits, our cells would become practically immortal to cosmic radiation. Alternatively, we might just evolve built-in biological shielding. Melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color, is already a fantastic shield against UV rays. In deep space, humans might evolve extremely dark, pitch-black skin to absorb cosmic glare. Or we might harness radiotrophic fungi, like the ones discovered inside the ruined Chernobyl reactor, which literally eat deadly radiation for breakfast. Imagine symbiotically wearing a suit of living mushrooms. But what about the passengers we bring with us inside? You have trillions of bacteria inside you right now. You are essentially a walking meat spaceship for microbes. And here is a terrifying fact. Bacteria absolutely love space. In microgravity, bacteria like Salmonella actually become more virulent. They form thick, impenetrable floating clouds called biofilms, mutating faster than they do on Earth. While human immune systems weaken in space, bacteria are hitting the gym. In a few hundred years, a space colony might harbor entirely new strains of superbugs. A simple sneeze could be an extinction-level event. If we really want to know who will inherit the cosmos, we shouldn't be looking at humans or superbugs. We should look at the Tardigrade, affectionately known as the water bear. These microscopic tanks are the undisputed survival champions of Earth. They can survive extreme heat, the absolute freezing temperatures of deep space, the crushing vacuum, and massive, lethal doses of radiation. How? When faced with an apocalypse, they don't fight. They do this. They expel almost all the water in their bodies and curl up into a dehydrated, indestructible ball called a ton. Essentially, they turn themselves into biological glass, pausing their metabolism completely. In this state, they can drift through the cold, dead vacuum of space for decades, just waiting. And the moment conditions improve, say, a tiny drop of alien water touches them, they pop right back to life like absolutely nothing happened. So, if we seed the universe with Earth life, it won't be lions or eagles that conquer the stars. It will be these weird, indestructible micro-animals. They are the true seeds of life. Maybe in millions of years, an alien race will visit a distant planet, only to find it ruled by giant, hyper-intelligent space bears. So, put it all together. After 10,000 years living in massive O'Neill cylinders or deep space generation ships, what is exactly left of us? Homo sapiens are gone. Meet Homo spaciens, the ultimate cosmic survivor. They have large, perfectly spherical heads to accommodate shifting fluids and zero-gravity brain changes. Their eyes are entirely pitch black, shielded by thick, nictitating membranes to block harsh cosmic glare. Their limbs are long, thin, and spindly, completely adapted to swinging through zero-gravity environments with prehensile toes acting exactly like a second pair of hands. And their skin is deeply pigmented, a dark navy black to fight off constant radiation. If you showed this highly evolved human to an Earthling from the 21st century, they would be absolutely terrified. They would look exactly like the classic grey aliens from old UFO movies and conspiracy theories. The ultimate irony? We wouldn't be visited or abducted by aliens from another star system. Give it enough time, and we literally become the aliens. The umbilical cord to Earth will be permanently cut. We are stepping into a future where our species splinters. On Earth, when a single species gets separated by a physical barrier, like a massive mountain range, they eventually evolve into entirely different species. But mountains are nothing compared to the cosmic void. Space is the ultimate mountain range, an infinite ocean of silence and distance. If humanity successfully spreads across the Milky Way galaxy, the sheer lack of communication and drastically different planetary environments will force an evolutionary divergence on a scale we've never seen. A colony on a heavy gravity world might evolve into short, dense, hypermuscular beings, while an ocean world colony might develop bioluminescent skin, gills, and webbed extremities. To us, none of them would look human anymore. And to each other, they would be literal aliens. Separated by thousands of light years, these colonies will eventually lose touch. Radio signals will fade into static. History will turn into legend. And eventually, Earth will be nothing more than a mythological origin story, a fairy tale told by bizarre creatures under unfamiliar stars. The universe won't be filled with humans. It will be filled with a million different species that all used to be human. And honestly, that is beautiful. We often think of Homo sapiens as the final product of evolution, the main character of the universe. But we are just a temporary snapshot in time. We are not the end of the line. We are just the beginning of the cosmic chapter. Our descendants might look back at us the way we look at single-celled organisms, with a mix of total confusion and mild respect. The universe is incredibly hostile, yes, but life always finds a way to bend the rules and survive. Even if it means we have to become the aliens. If you want to support our own evolution on this little blue planet, check out our brand new Tardigrade plushies in the merch shop, or grab the new glow-in-the-dark evolutionary tree poster. It really helps us make more of these videos. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon.